Hey guys, it is Amy Wood, and we're talking about the death penalty decision. I wanted to come on Facebook and make sure you guys were aware that the solicitor in Spartanburg has indicated that he will go after the death penalty in the case involving this deputy, Austin Aldridge, who was killed in the line of duty. He was on the way to a domestic violence call, you'll remember, and he was killed. And so I'm headed to my Facebook page right now to check out your comments. We're also on YouTube Live, so YouTube audience, welcome in. And if you don't know about the story from Spartanburg, South Carolina, this deputy was on the way to a domestic violence call of sorts. It was a little unusual because he was going to get a statement from someone. And so he was on the way to this house, and the sheriff describes it as him being ambushed, that suddenly he was just shot down and killed. And this deputy is young, 25 years old, has left a pregnant widow behind who they just found out 2 days before he was killed that he was going to be a dad, and that they were just beginning to celebrate their excitement about that. So I just wanted to get your reaction and comments. It is such a big deal in our community. You know, this story has just touched a lot of people. A lot of people have donated to the widow to, try to make sure that she will have help. And Mel and Tina are talking about their comments. So I'm starting to see some comments coming in on Facebook. So please feel free to share with me what you're thinking about this. And if you don't want to, that's fine. You can also private message me if you want to share your thoughts privately. That's fine as well. Tina thinks as it should be. And Mel says, I feel so bad for the woman. Hi, Brenda. So we're talking about the solicitor's decision to go after the death penalty in the Austin Aldridge case. This is the deputy who was shot and killed in the line of duty. I'm not even going to say the suspect's name. It's all available on WSPA.com. We can go there to see information about him. I'm just here to talk about the decision. But there is a suspect in custody, as you all know, if you've been following the story. Those of you on YouTube, if you're not from our area, this was one of those like devastating community stories, a local story. And I'm at home right now. I do the news in the afternoons and early evenings. So I do the 4, 5, and 6 p.m. shows along with the noon. And so when I get home, try to visit with you guys and stay in touch. Was always a night owl, as you all know, and so I enjoy spending a little time in the evenings with you guys and finding out what you think. Yes, the death penalty. So heartbreaking. Yes, death penalty. But people are saying, and I had people on my Instagram and TikTok say immediately, yes, but that's not how the death penalty works. It is actually a long, drawn out process. It's not fast. It rarely is fast. So it made me cry when I heard about it and that they were going to have a child. Yes. And it made a lot of people. Well, people don't want him to have a trial, the suspect in the case, but that is part of how our country works. So that's going to happen. Following the story. Oh, someone's like pasting in my information. I don't even think they deserve a trial. Yeah, and most people feel that way, right? I mean, but that's how our justice system works. So, a trial he shall get. Glad they are finally using resources to prosecute and sentence people to the fullest extent of the law, says Paul Desmond. So getting lots of comments and reaction, I appreciate it. I just kind of wanted to get a gauge of, I assumed that a lot of people would be in favor of that. And I hope to do some more of these conversations. If you want to join the conversations in the future, I can set up with you if you're somebody that wants to join in and be sort of a guest and just a viewer guest and talk about what you're thinking. I can bring people on. I just have to set that up in advance and send you the link so you can join in. Hey, Steve Guthrie, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing okay. I did just want to kind of say hello tonight. I also want to remind you guys, I'm in the middle of producing my newsletter, right now that's going to go out. It should have gone out at 9, but I'm behind. So it's going to go out by 6 in the morning. But I do it tends to be bi-weekly, though this week it was only once a week because of July 4th. I gave myself a little break, so don't be mad at me. But I am producing this newsletter that is not really newsy in the sense of it being like news headlines. It's a lot of news you can use, interesting things I'm reading about or finding on the internet during the week, events and things coming up, things you could do with your family or yourself or whomever. So it's just cool. But if you go to my link in the bio, on all my platforms, you'll see the link to sign up for the newsletter. So I hope you will. People are saying firing squad, life isn't fair. She's been in my prayers. Yes, says Mel. Yes, indeedy, Mel. That's so sweet. Well, I just, again, wanted to quickly jump on, say hello, get your thoughts. You can definitely keep posting comments below and let us know what you think. And stay in touch with me. If you have any news tips, my text line is also available on all the links in my bio. You can save my number in your phone. There's actually a way to do that on my link as well. And then call me with news tips whenever you have something going on that you think we should know about, look into, you name it. We want to hear from you. All right, you guys, I hope you have a great night. His wife was a friend of my granddaughter. It's so heartbreaking, so young. They are so young. They'd only been married a couple of years. Just really stinks. Oh, Rhonda said, I was wondering, I was like, dang, she's like taking a verbatim of my talk. And I was like, that's so helpful, I guess, for people. But Rhonda said somehow her microphone on her phone picked up what I was saying. So sorry. No worries. That was great. I was like, wow. I was like, that sounds like what I just said. And it was. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Keep me posted again on what you're hearing, seeing, thinking, doing, you name it. We want to know what's going on in the community, and we really appreciate you guys. You guys are part of the 7 News team. You guys are a big part of it, so we appreciate you. Have a good night. I'll see you guys on TV tomorrow, 4, 5, and 6, along with the noon show if you happen to be home. And if you're not home and you want to catch the news at noon, you can watch us, I guess, on your desktop at work. I don't know. I eat at my desk after I get done with the noon show. So if you're like me and you're sitting at your desk and you're bored, you want a break?